taking a live look at Base Camp Charlie or Canadian Rockies. And even though we saw some rain this afternoon, it looks like participants are drying off temporarily and enjoying their evening. Good evening and welcome to New World Live, your official update on everything that's happening here at the 24th World Scout Jamboree in West Virginia. I'm Diana Carrillo from Asociación de Scouts de México, Scouts Mexico.
And I'm Willie Shao from the Boy Scouts of America. Tonight on New World Live,
we will check in with our resident Jamboree meteorologist, Kyle Kipple, to see what the weather has in store for us here at the summit. We'll also catch up with Luke Muller, our correspondent out in the field. And Willie caught up with the UK Youth Commissioners earlier today. We'll also get a look inside the Jamboree's own medical center.
Then, the New World Live team goes thrill-seeking down the Big Zip, and we find out what it takes to run one of the extremely popular food houses on site.
We also join scouts floating around the lake, and we'll see what's going on social media.
Earlier this week, we introduced you to the first recipient of the Participation Award. Miguel from Portugal went and saw the best of the Jamboree, and you should too. And you'll get to take an award of your own home with you. Just visit the Jamboree website at 2019wsj.org to view the full requirements.
But before we dive in, it's been a wet afternoon here at the Jamboree. So let's take a look on what the weather is ahead of us with our own very Jamboree meteorologist, Kyle Kipple.
Sorry, we just had a bit of technical difficulties. We didn't like Kyle's weather forecast of more rain, so we just shut him off.
But we know scouting around the world is a global movement that's led by young people like us. In the United Kingdom, the youth leaders are called commissioners.
I had the chance to speak to the first youth commissioner and the current one, both here at the Jamboree, to hear what it's like being the voice of scouts across the UK. Hey, Ollie and Hannah, and welcome to the studio. Can you tell us a bit about your roles at the Jamboree?
Sure. Well, I'm a unit leader here, so as well as being the UK Youth Commissioner, I'm also here as a unit leader. So we have a unit of 40 of us from West Lancashire in the UK. We're on Subcamp C, and yeah, we're having a great week so far.
Great.
I'm on the Jamboree planning team and looking after IST experience, so everything from job allocations through to activities on-site and off-site. We've got a sauna, people can go off-site and view some of the local stuff in the area in West Virginia, so it's pretty busy every day.
Yeah, I walked through Base Camp Echo yesterday, and the IST were just having a blast going through all of those. So, Hannah, you were the first ever UK Youth Commissioner. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me what it was like to start this position and what some of the responsibilities were?
Sure. Most of all, it was pretty exciting. It was the first time, as you said, that we've ever had the position. So we knew that we wanted scouting to be more shaped by young people in partnership with adults. And instead of some people sitting in a room and deciding what that looks like, they said perhaps we should get some young people on board to start looking into this and to develop the strategy. So it was a good opportunity for me to get involved on a national level to help develop the strategy for youth-shaped scouting. And part of that was about how our headquarters, so UK Scouting, has young people involved with decision making. And the other part of that was working with our counties and districts to make sure that at all levels we're making sure that young people are involved in decision making, whether that's the activities they're doing on a camp all the way through to our governance through our trustee boards. So not much.
That's great. So one of the questions that I've commonly heard asked is, you could also have youth focus groups and do a lot of research on youth to have their voices heard in decision making. Why is it important to have a commissioner role and a leadership role?
So in the UK, we've traditionally not had that many younger people in commissioner roles. So it was seen as an opportunity for us to start developing the skills of young people, get them into management roles, and also to improve the diversity of the decisions that are being made. So with the wider group of people, we're able to have more debate and to discuss things that are relevant to different generations, and it just means that every decision that we make is stronger in the end, because you know that it's been through a number of different people and you've had a proper discussion about it. So that's the main thing, and also, you know, just again, being able to train up young people to take on these roles. The earlier we do that, the longer our pipeline of adult volunteers will be, and the more young people we can support to join Scouting.
Yeah, that's right. And Ollie, how has your position evolved?
So Hannah was in her role for nearly 4 years, so I took over last September, and we now have 552 youth commissioners locally around the UK. So we need to support those to make sure that they're all as effective as they can possibly be, and that they're supporting adult volunteers locally and making sure that all young people have a voice in our movement. And as well as them having a voice in our movement, we also want them to be able to take the lead and take on responsibility. So regardless of their age in Scouting, we want them to get their first opportunity to take the lead in a safe space where it's okay to make mistakes and learn from them, and then to develop that leadership skill as they progress through Scouting. So it's great.
And you said there were 500 youth commissioners now in the UK and local
more
level?
than 550.
That's a fast ramp up. That's awesome. Yeah,
it's great. It's great.
So Hannah, you're working to expand Scouting in Africa. Can you tell me about what inspires you to get involved there and how it's going?
So for me, the thing that inspired me the most was I had a mentor through Scouting, and he was someone that supported me in all of my roles. And one of the things that we did together was we took an expedition out to Kenya, and we were engaging with scouts from the local area, and we realised that there was a lot of potential for projects like that to become more sustainable. A lot of scouts are travelling to different countries and running expeditions, but then after 2 weeks they leave and things just get left. So we were really interested in making sure it was made sustainable, and the effect that we were having was there was a benefit throughout the community. So yeah, I guess that the main driver for me was we were doing that together as a team, and then unfortunately he passed away from cancer. At that point I took over kind of what he was doing, and almost in his legacy was given the opportunity to then drive that forwards as well. But mostly, I mean, for Kenya it was great because it's the resting place of Baden Powell. There's so many Scouting connections, and the people are just amazing. So it's a really lovely place to be and to go and to mix with people from different backgrounds than ourselves.
And Ollie, you've taken Scouts to Mongolia and China before. How has that prepared you for the role that you have now?
So I am really passionate about international scouting. I hope that every young person gets opportunities to explore the world and to meet the 50 million friends that they have around the world through Scouts. So the trip to Mongolia and China was amazing. We visited the Asia Pacific region Jamboree, so not quite on the same scale as the World Scout Jamboree here is, but it was really good preparation for the role as unit leader, but also just to be able to share those experiences with young people in my role as a youth commissioner, hopefully can inspire some of them to go on and do similar things in the future.
Yeah, that's amazing. And what are both of your plans for the future?
That's a big question. Are we talking in Scouting or?
Let's say in Scouting, yeah.
I'm not sure yet. I've taken some time to have a bit of a break and think about what I want to do next. So, yeah, I think a little bit of local scouting again, getting into a new group. I'm moving house soon, so finding a new local group and just, getting stuck in at a group level.
Yeah, I felt the same way. My plans end on August 4th, and afterwards I don't know what's happening yet. And Ollie, what about you?
So I'm not quite a year into being the UK Youth Commissioner now, so we're in a place where there's been an amazing 4 years, that we now have youth commissioners all across the UK, and now we need to make sure that every young person gets the same opportunities in scouting. And we have sort of more than 50% on board now, but we need to get the other 50% that perhaps haven't engaged with us so far. So for me, it's all about embedding youth-shaped scouting in every program across the UK.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you both for joining us here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Even though it was a little wet outside today, that doesn't stop the fun in the base camps.
Our correspondent, Luke Muller, is in Basecamp Charlie seeing how everyone is enjoying this evening. So Luke, over to you.
Hey, what's up, World Scout Jamboree? I'm here in Base Camp Charlie, underneath the tent of a Danish contingent. I'm here sitting at the table where it looks like everyone is just finishing up dinner, and I have 2 scouts here with me. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hey, my name is Sarah and I'm 14 years old.
And I'm Sophus and I'm 15 years old.
Great to meet you guys. So what did you have going on here tonight at your tent?
We have some from US to eat here, like they have came right over there, and we have some to eat over with them.
Great. So sounds like you guys are interacting with your fellow neighbors. What did you guys have tonight? Can you tell me about it?
So it was like pita bread with chicken with barbecue sauce, I think, and some cabbage and salad as well. Yep. It's pretty nice.
Sounds pretty delicious. Now, it's been a little over a week that we've all been at the Jamboree. Is this the first time you've shared dinner with a contingent, or have there been other instances where you've gone over to other contingent troops or had people over?
I think it was 2 days ago we was over with Japan, like right over there, and some from Japan was here with us.
Great. Now, what's it like interacting with scouts from other countries? You know, they're your peers. They're in the same age group. You're all about the same, but, they're from a completely different culture. Can you tell me about your experiences?
Yeah, it's pretty different. I mean, clearly the roof is very different. Like in Denmark, we build things out of big logs and tarps and the thing we do ourselves. But here, our neighbors put it up for us actually when we came here, so that was pretty nice. So that's like very different, and yeah, and you can actually sit without hurting your legs. So yeah, that's pretty nice. But also, like it's pretty, yeah, it's just different. It's like being a scout. Yeah, I mean it's hard to explain. Yeah.
I'm sure it's difficult to put into words. But you guys are enjoying your time here so far? So far, yes, yeah. Have a good day.
Yeah, we have been really fun until now.
So what's one of your favorite things that you've done here at the Jamboree so far?
I tried shooting the pistols. The line was like for 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. But it was worth it, I think. It was very, we don't do anything like that in Denmark, so yeah. And I mean, just the small pistol was like crazy large, I think, and very loud and very boom, boom, boom. Yeah, very, very, very much kickback from it, yeah. It was very cool, I think, yeah.
And did you have a favorite activity?
I think it was the water reality. It was really fun to try.
Both of those sound like great things to do here at the Jamboree. If you guys are here on the summit and you haven't tried either of those, I encourage you to go check them out before time is up. All right, thank you for tuning in, guys. I'll see you in a few minutes. But until then, back to you guys at the set.
Thanks, Luke. I think it's safe to say that everyone's goal here at the Jamboree is to stay safe. But sometimes accidents may happen, from bumps and bruises to scrapes and cuts, to even some broken bones or surgery, we don't know. But here, the Jamboree medical team is absolutely prepared and ready to keep us whole and make sure we go home safely. So our team got an inside look here at how the medical Jamboree team operates.
My name's Ed Morrison. I'm from Waco, Texas, Longhorn Council, Boy Scouts of America. I'm the Deputy Chief Medical Officer for administration of the medical staff. Well, I think jamborees are a lot like Scout Summer Camp. The main problems that participants have are drinking water and having blisters and maybe rashes. And if you take care of yourself, you have a much better time at the Jamboree and drink lots of water. We have everything from basic first aid all the way up to helicopter evacuation to major medical centers in West Virginia and all the subspecialties like ophthalmology for eye problems, orthopedic surgery. We can do x-rays, take care of simple fractures. But again, the basic problem is not drinking enough water and not taking a shower.
My name is Brian Rapillo. I'm from Trumbull, Connecticut, and I'm an X-ray technologist. We see every fracture from and sprain from BMX, skateboarding, downhill racing.
It may not be possible for people to fly, but here at the summit we have something similar.
That's right. Zipping through the air is possible if you head on up to the Big Zip.
Our team went to check out the Big Zip, and some even conquered their fear of heights in the process. So the view from atop is simply awesome. Let's check it out.
Anna Marta, where are we?
We're now at the top of the Big Zip, so we're going down it, and God, it's going to be fun.
I'm very excited. I've been hearing about the Big Zip since 2013 when I first came to the summit, and I haven't had a chance to ride it yet. How are you feeling about it?
I'm so nervous. I'm terrified of heights, but I'm so excited. I want to do this because, I'm going to push myself and try new stuff. It's going to be fun.
So if everyone's here, welcome at the Big Zip, and I hope you're happy to be here. It's 3,100 feet long, which is 945 kilometers. Meters. Yeah, meters. It's 160 feet high, which is 49 meters, and will go 50 to 60 miles per hour, which is 80 to 95 kilometers per hour. So we're going really fast today. I hope you guys are excited.
Just try not to scream too loud on the way down. I'm sure once we get out there, it'll be just smooth sailing and you get to enjoy the environment and the scenery and the lake below you.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for as well.
We have a lot of excited participants, a lot of people, in the middle of getting geared up, in the middle of orientation. The anticipation is very high.
Tell them what you're doing while you're doing it. Right, lads?
Well, we're all harnessed up. I got more safety gear than, I even knew existed. I'm pretty sure this could hold 3 to 4 of me without breaking. So now we're just kind of waiting to head over to the launch point. Good there?
I can't feel my legs, but this was fun. I'm still very shaky. I think you had more fun than me, though.
I'm sure we both had fun. That was really exciting. Wonder if we can go again.
Oh God, not in a while. Maybe later on the week, but not now. God, my pulse is so high.
It was definitely a good experience, though. I think if you have the opportunity to ride the Big Zip while you're here at the Jamboree, you should definitely take it. Honestly, it was such a smooth ride. I thought it would be more like a roller coaster with, the G-forces as you're heading down the zip line, but that's not the case at all. You can kind of just lean back, enjoy the scenery, look around, and wait till you get to the end.
Yeah, it was really smooth.
They all look like they had a great time up there in the air, and we all here at the studio are very proud of Hannah Marta for conquering her fears. But I'm not going to lie, all of that action has made me extremely hungry.
Of course it has, Willie, but you're always hungry. And despite how popular the Big Zip is, the food houses may be just as busy. So take a stroll past them, and if you haven't gone, go smell and taste your way around the world.
Everything there is delicious. It's no wonder why people keep going back. Here's a look at what Portugal's food house is serving up.
We have a lot of Portuguese dishes, and we have the main dishes like francesinha and bifana. Francesinha is Portuguese typical dishes from Oporto in the north of Portugal, and bifana is a sandwich with the pork loin. It's our first experience to have a food house in Jamboree, because the francesinha go out of the oven very hot, and we have to do it in the clay plate. That is a meeting point important for the contingents. An experience like this. We eat every day, and we normally eat in our country, and we have habits with our food. But when we go out, we taste another flavors and have experience, and this is it can be a beginning of the conversation or a relation with others. The food house can be a key for the unlock a new world.
That all looked so good, just absolutely amazing. I'm definitely making a trip out there soon.
I think I'll make my way over there too. And even though it's been a wet day today here at the summit, it's been pretty hot, and the water activities have been looking really good. They are a great way to cool off.
We joined scouts exploring the waters from the comfort of a kayak on Tridave Lake. Let's check it out.
I'm David Doyle, I'm from Ireland. I'm IST on the kayaking base, and I'm here at the Jamboree just to have a good time. I've been kayaking in the freezing cold in Ireland all my life, so I said I'd come to some sun. Come to kayaking to get a great tan and have a great time.
The participants are obviously having a great time, but the backbone of scouting movement are volunteers around the world. From local units and troop leaders around the world to volunteers at the regional, national, and even international levels, volunteering is at the very core of scouting.
And many volunteers use their talents to help scouting grow. Build a core group of the volunteers are leading the scout movement forward at the global level. And at the very top of that is Mr. Craig Turpie, the chairperson of the World Scout Committee.
Our colleague, Keegan Eatman, spoke with him earlier this week.
Craig, thanks so much for joining us. It's great to see you. So tell us about your job as chair of the World Scouting Movement.
So the chair of the World Scout Committee is a volunteer role, and I head up a team of 27 who are charged with the development and growth of the movement all around the world. Today we're present in 170 countries, which is fantastic, with 50 million members, but we've got a big ambition to develop and grow the movement.
That's awesome. So, since it's a volunteer role, can you tell us about your journey to this role and how you got to be the chair of the World Scout Committee?
Sure. Well, it's great to be here at World Scout Jamboree because my journey started at the 17th World Scout Jamboree, which is many, many years ago. But I really took an interest in the international dimension of scouting as a 16-year-old scout and went on to organise a number of international expeditions with scouts and got involved in work at different levels in my association, including in Scotland and UK, and then got involved in work in the European Scout region, and then somehow ended up on the World Scout Committee.
Wow, that sounds like a great journey. And of course, I think a Jamboree is the perfect place to start that. So you sort of mentioned it, but you travel extensively to participate in scouting and meet with your team. So where do you see scouting in the world going in 25 years?
Well, we've got a big ambition at the moment to try and double our membership from 50 million to 100 million by 2023, which is a big ask. But looking further forward, I've got every confidence that we can go on to even double that and reach 200 million, because we really believe that today the world needs more young people, scouts, equipped with the skills and values that our program offers, because young people are the drivers of change on all the big issues that affect people and planet.
Yeah, and I think we've sort of seen that throughout the Jamboree, that people are really, with the Global Development Village, young people here are taking on those issues and sort of tackling them head on. So having all these people from around the world, what message does this send to the world to have World Scouting gathered here in West Virginia?
Well, we should be under no illusion that the answers to many of the challenges that we face lie in the hands of the very people who are here at this 24th World Scout Jamboree, and my hope is that they will go home inspired by what they've seen, who they've met, and implement projects and take action in their local communities. We're present in 1.5 million communities around the world, and I think the people here will be fired up to go back and do their best.
I certainly think I felt that sentiment, so I think we're ready to take on that challenge as a global movement. Thank you so much for joining us today, and it's great to see you.
You're absolutely welcome. Thank you.
It's great to hear from Craig, but I've seen this video twice now. I think the funniest part of that is Keegan's collar is popped the entire time.
And I think he didn't get the memo that he was on white shirt, really.
Yeah. So Craig is staying here at the Jamboree, just like us. So let's take a trip back to Charlie to visit with our correspondent, Luke. Luke, how's it going in Charlie?
Hey guys, I'm still here. I moved over a little bit to another contingent, so I have some brand new, fresh faces with me. Would you like to tell me your names and where you're from?
I'm Jacob Rzempelich from Greensburg, Pennsylvania.
I'm Emerson Byers from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Great, and what were you guys up to tonight?
So we just switched some patrols for dinner, so we traded with the Danish troop. We sent some scouts over there. They sent some scouts over to us.
And did you guys cook for them, and what'd you make?
Yeah, so we made just barbecue chicken and rice and corn, and I think they made pizzas for us.
All right, so some pretty traditional American dishes were floating around over here. Sounds pretty good. You guys have been to a previous National Jamboree, either of you?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. So you were at the 2017 Jamboree then. So a National Jamboree is obviously a lot different than a World Jamboree, but they were both here at the summit. So how have your experiences differed a little bit between National and making the jump to World?
So I think for World, the focus was definitely on meeting new people. It's the same activities as National pretty much, just some different tents and stuff, but always throughout my day, I'm trying to talk to the people I'm in line with, see where they're from, what the differences are in their culture just in scouting. And I like it a lot better. I'm just getting to meet so many more people, I think. I just think that's the focus of everyone here.
And this is your first Jamboree in general?
Yeah, this is my first.
All right, so tell me about your experiences here at your first Jamboree.
It's actually pretty good. I'm having a great time. I'm meeting a lot of people and from all over the country, all over the world. And it's just been pretty amazing. I've talked to some people from Denmark just now at the table, Sweden, a lot of people from the UK. There's a lot of UK people. And it's just pretty much been a good time and once in a lifetime.
Now, aside from all of the friendships and meeting people from other cultures, there are also a lot of activities to do here at the summit. Can you tell me about your experiences with doing different activities and maybe some of your favorites or the highlights?
Well, I did archery, and archery was pretty fun because they had they call it 3D archery. It's where you shoot these targets in the woods, and they're actually pretty hard to hit. But I lost a couple arrows in the woods, but it's whatever. So it's actually pretty fun.
So, making your return to the summit this summer, was there anything you did at the last Jamboree that you absolutely had to come back here and do again, or did you focus mainly on trying new things that you maybe didn't get around to in 2017?
So I definitely wanted to try mountain biking again. I actually only went at Action Point at National, so I wanted to check out Low Gear. Still haven't made it up there, but that's probably my plan for tomorrow. So.
And how have you guys been appreciating or dealing with the weather we've been having recently? I know it's been sunny the past couple of days, but today got a little bit wet.
I mean, it's not too hard to deal with rain. If activities are closed, there's still plenty of different tents from different scout organizations or just different people come in to set stuff up. So there's always something to do and get under a tent, stay dry, still participate in the Jamboree.
I wholeheartedly agree. I'm glad that you guys always have a plan B set up. Here at the Jamboree, there's no shortage of things to do. Thank you very much. It was great talking to you both. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Jamboree experiences, and please stay dry and hydrated. That might be a little oxymoronic, but, try it. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. It's been great talking to you, and I will toss it back over to the set.
Thank you, Luke. That was a little oxymoronic. Social media has been busy once again today, with troops battling through the afternoon rain to enjoy activities both inside and outside. Making most of the brief moments of sunshine, troops raced around the site taking on water activities in outside areas like the barrels. Inside areas were also made the most of, with people flocking to areas like the Global Development Village and specifically the Better World Tent to test their knowledge and listen to speakers such as General Secretary of World Scouting, Ahmed Alandawi.
And as always, we love seeing your posts. And one that caught our attention was this picture from World Scouting photography team. Made by Korean scouts, their phones and long exposure, these participants creatively spelled out the word Jamboree. That looks brilliant. So let's have a quick recap on the weather from Jamboree meteorologist Kyle Kippel. Hopefully this time it'll work, and ensure that we are ready to face the last days of the Jamboree.
Willie and Diana, I know you've anxiously been awaiting the answer to today's trivia question. What kind of weather is expected with a warm front? Is it A, warm air and some rain? Is it B, warm and sunny conditions? Or is it C, thunderstorms and severe weather? Well, if you guessed A, warm air and some rain, you are correct. A front is a boundary between two different air masses. There's enough there to produce some rain, but not as significant enough as if it was a cold front. A warm front also has warmer air moving in behind that. Today, though, the name of the game is a cold front. That's what's been causing multiple rounds of showers and thunderstorms today across the Jamboree. Those will dissipate by around 10 to 11 o'clock this evening. Mostly nice conditions going into tonight. Slightly humid, though. But by Wednesday afternoon, the same story again. Hit or miss showers moving across southern West Virginia. Some of those could be locally strong, and you could experience some downpours. Most of those showers will have dissipated by the 10 o'clock hours on Wednesday evening. Taking a look one more time at tonight's forecast, 64 degrees Fahrenheit, around 17 degrees Celsius, wind around 4 miles per hour or 6 kilometers per hour. Rain chance, just around 10% chance of that, and rain is likely again tomorrow. Back to you.
Thanks, Kyle, and thanks everyone for joining tonight.
Don't forget to watch us tomorrow. New World Live Morning Edition starts at 10 a.m. and it's the perfect way to start your day at the Jamboree.
Goodbye, au revoir, adios.